Okay, everyone, I welcome to this class. We are sorry we're having some technical issues, which will resolve very soon. It will be resolved very soon. And this is a class engineering drawing. And what is engineering drawing? How is it related to us? Why do we do engineering drawing? Now, engineering drawing in language is an engineering language that every one of us, every engineer should be able to interpret the engineering drawing. So it's just like a language. The Igbos speak Igbos to themselves, they understand themselves. The Yoruba speak Yoruba to themselves, they understand themselves. The Hausas do the same thing. Now everybody understands when they speak. We all speak English and we understand ourselves. But in this field of engineering, we have a language which every one of us should understand. That is what is engineering drawing. Is the language of the engineer because it's all about drawing. And you, as a person, when that language is given to you, you should be able to interpret it. When a diagram or a drawing is presented to you as an engineer, you should be able to interpret it. Now, let's go by definition. An engineering drawing is a type of technical drawing used to define the requirements for engineering products or components. An engineering drawing is a type of technical drawing used to define the requirements for engineering products or components. So this is engineering drawing. Engineering drawing, like I told you before, is the language of the engineers. The accountant has their own language, every other field has their own, but this is a particular language that is specially for you as an engineer. So you should be able to interpret lines, drawings when you are presented with one. So every engineer must be able to read drawings and decode the information provided on the drawing. You should be able to read the drawing, decode the information which is provided on the drawing, be able to interpret it to a layman. When you are on field, they bring a drawing to you, and by the time you look at the drawing, you nod your head, okay, I know what this man is saying, I know where they want what this part of the diagram is saying. I know what this part of the diagram. I can put the diagrams together. That is what makes you an engineer. For you to be able to interpret the drawing makes you an engineer. In engineering, we use engineering drawing, we use instruments, and some of the instruments we use drawing tools. Sorry, you cannot see my screen. I would have shown it. We use drawing sheets. And in drawing sheet we have different types of drawing sheet. In engineering there are different types of drawing sheets. We have different types of drawing sheets. So now, but the ones that most of us are familiar with are the A4. That is what most of us are familiar with. But the A4 is not the only engineering sheet we have. We have different types of engineering sheet. We have the A4, we have the A0, we have A1, A2, A3, A4, up to A5. And every one of them has their dimensions. Now, when we talk about engineering drawing, we talk about dimensions. We're going to be looking into that when we go into drawing proper. As an introduction, I want you to know that in engineering drawing, we have different types of equipment or instruments, sorry, different types of instruments we use. I repeat again, we have the drawing sheets. Now, the drawing sheet has various types. We have the A0 or A0, whatever you call it, and the dimension for this is 841 by 1189. Okay, let me use the word by 1189. Now, for the A1, we have 594 by 841. So you can see we have them. And for the A2, we have 420 by 594. And for the A3, 297 by 420, A4, 210 by 297. For the A5, we have 148 by 210. No, I want to give us I want us to make an experiment. If you are with A4 sheets there, measure and with your ruler, measure the A4 sheet, the sizes, measure the vertical size and the horizontal size, or the length and breadth of the A4 size, and you find that it will give you this exact value: 210 by 294 by 297. Sorry, that is the engineering drawing sheet dimensions which they are made to get, that which we are made to get. Now, in this drawing sheet, it's not just giving having a drawing sheet and without doing anything, then they gave you drawing sheet and everything we just start we start drawing. There are things we need to do in the drawing sheet before we can proceed with our drawing. And one of those things we need to do is borderline. We have to create our borderline. And sorry, unfortunately, we are not seeing my screen to see how borderline looks like. But we will be, as soon as these technical issues are taken care of, we'll come back to this borderline. It is very, very important that you give us the borderline. The borderline is very, very important when it comes to engineering drawing. So you have to give us the borderline, and inside the borderline, that is where you insert all your drawings. So it must not go outside the borderline. All your drawings must be inside the borderline for you to have a good and a perfect drawing, and for it to be well presented to people. So it's a block of rectangle. That's the borderline. Is a block of rectangular frame that is located at the bottom. That is, we have inside that borderline again, that the space of your drawing. We also have what we call title block. We also have what we call title block. And title block is a rectangular frame that is located at the bottom of the sheet. Every bottom of a drawing sheet, you have your title block. And what does this title block mean? This title block is where you put the title of the drawing, because you can't just say, okay, because it's drawing, let me put the title at the top of it. No, it has to follow the procedure. The title block is where you put the title of the drawing. Then you drawn by who drew the diagram, you drew it, so that's where your name comes in, that okay, it was drawn by you put your name there. Inside the title block, we have checked by. After drawing, someone has to certify that, oh, this drawing is okay, and the person's name comes in. The person that checked that, oh, this drawing is okay, comes in, and the person's name is there. Then after that, you assign number to the drawing, because every drawing has a number. If you go to archives, every drawing in an organization has a number, and this number helps to get that drawing when it is needed at any particular time. We cannot just, okay, we drew something, we just drop it inside JPTS office without a number. When we're looking for it tomorrow, it will be very difficult for us to locate. We can spend the whole of the month, especially depending on the volume of drawings that they have in JPTS store. So to get it, and it might not still be possible. So all that is why we require this you to assign number. The drawing is assigned number on the title block. Then the scale. What scale did you use in drawing? So you have to insert this case, so that when somebody is reading it, the person will be able to know that, oh, this person used this and this key in carrying out this drawing. Then the next thing on the title block is the date. You have to put the date in which the drawing was drawn, the date you drew the drawing, and it must be there, so that subsequently they can make references to read and be able to get it out. Then another thing we have to look, another instrument is what we call set square or triangles set square. Now, if for some of us that mathematics students, you in secondary school, you have your mathematics box, and then you have different type of instrument. Then you have the set square there, the triangle of set square. You can use it to draw some. We have the one for 45 by 45 degree angle, and we have the one by 30 and 60 degree triangle. So you use them. That is the triangle square. That is the triangle square. Then we go further. We also have another instrument which is very important in engineering. It is called the T-square. It is called the T-square. The T-square is used primarily to draw horizontal lines and to guide the triangles. It is used primarily to draw the horizontal line and to guide the triangles when drawing vertical lines and inclined angles. So these are the use of the T-square. So you manipulate it to slide the work, the edges. So the T-square is very, very important when it comes to engineering drawing. You cannot have a perfect drawing without using it in there. Then the next instrument I will be talking about now is the French curve. We also have what we call the French curve. We also have what we call the French curve. It is used to draw irregular curves and are known make researches on these things I'm telling us today. Then we have another one which I we call the protractor. This is not new to us. In our mathematics set, in secondary school, we have them, but here we in engineering drawing we use them too. Is a vital tool when it comes to engineering drawing. For laying it is used for laying out and measuring angles. The protractor is used for laying out and measuring angles. It is used for laying out and measuring angles. Then the next thing we look at again is the ruler. Or every one of us, I want to believe we all know what the ruler is. We all have rulers and we make use of rulers. Now, most of the time, whatever when you want to draw something and you want to make it straight or you want to make it vertical, you use the ruler. A number of kind of scale are available for valid type of engineering drawing. The scale you want, the ruler is calibrated into centimeter, millimeter. So then we have this ruler. So this it has different scale with the scale bevel it edges graduated in millimeters. Now these are the ruler. Then the most another important thing, there is one important thing in engineering drawing which is very vital. You might have all the instrument, the above instrument I have listed, and if you don't have it, you are not ready for engineering drawing. And what am I talking about today? I'm talking about the pencil. I'm talking about the pencil. Now, as an engineering student, you should have your pencil. We have different types of pencil. We have different type of pencil. The student and the professional engineer should have equipped. You should be equipped with this selection of good pencil. We have different kinds, and you cannot use one type of pencil for all engineering drawing. No, every engineering drawing have the type of pencil you can use to do the drawing. It has different types, so you have to pick which one is for this drawing, which one is for this drawing. So all of them are in standard. A well-shaped pencil with lead of various degrees of hardness, such as we have the 9H, we have the 8H, we have the 7H, we have the 2H, that is the hard, we have the 5H, and we have the 4H, the medium. We also have the 3H and 2H. The type of lines desired, the type of line you want determines the kind of pencil we use. Some of us are used to 2B pencil. I remember I could use that in primary school, get 2B pencil and to draw or whatever. Now this is one. Now the 6H is used for light construction line. Please note, the 6H is used for light construction line. It is used for light construction line. That is what the 6H is used for. The 4H is used for penciling light finished lines. It is used for repenciling light finished line. Repenciling light finish line, adding to it. Then the 2H is used for visible object lines. Visible object lines. I would have loved if we all are seeing my screen right now. You should be able to have seen the different types of lines and how they are used. But notwithstanding, I will advise go make researches and know them very well. Now we have the F and the H. The F and the H are used for all lettering and freehand works. All lettering and freehand works. That is what the that is what the F and the H are used for. Now, there is another instrument which I'm bringing to you. It is the compass. The compass, the divider, we know this. I want to believe we all know this. The compass is used to draw circles, arcs, both in pencil and ink. It consists of two legs pivoted at the top. So this is what the compass is. One leg is equipped with a steel needle attached with a screw, and the other shorter leg is provided with a socket for detachable insert, like when you put your pencil or your ink to draw with. Now, the pair of divider is also part of the instrument which we have in our mathematics books and which we also use in engineering. This is used chiefly for the transferring distance and occasionally for dividing spaces into equal parts, for dividing cases or spaces into equal parts. This is what it is used for. This is what it is used for. So we've been able to check on all these in the different instruments which we can use in engineering. So these are the various type of instruments and the vital instruments which we can use in engineering. I want us to please note them that they are very vital when it comes to the engineering. Now, the next thing we're going to look at here is the next thing we're looking at here now is the what we want to look at. The let's look at the lettering. We have to, in engineering, lettering is very, very important. Lettering is very, very important. So let's look at the lettering in engineering. It is very, very important. So we cannot just say, oh, lettering and forget about it. No, lettering is very, very important in engineering. So let's talk about in our primary school, we talked about, sorry, in the secondary school, in our TD classes, we did little bit of lettering. We did a little bit of lettering when it comes to that. We did a little bit of lettering in our schools and writing A, writing B, whatever, and up to the numbers. So letterings are very, very important. We sometimes use a free hand, is a free hand writing to tell us what we want to do in that case, to let us know what we want to do in that case. Lettering is very, very important in this area. In engineering, we should know how to do the lettering. It's a pity that we all are not seeing my screen right now. And I would have loved up to see how the letterings are done and see how we can follow this lettering and get done with what needed to be done. The lettering is very important. We have the uppercase lettering, which is what you and me or people say the uppercase lettering, which is people call capital letter. That is an uppercase lettering. And we also have the lowercase lettering, which is the one you people call or people call small letters. So these are very vital in engineering drawing. We don't take lettering lightly. It counts. It counts. It counts in engineering drawing. Lettering counts a lot. So we have to put into consideration that lettering is one another vital thing we need to use when it comes to engineering drawing. And every one of us in this class, we must know how to use the lettering. Every one of us must know how to use the lettering. It is very, very important that in this class, every one of us should know how to use the lettering. Now, we have different types of letters. They are generally classified. Letters are generally classified as Gothic, Roman, Italic, and text. So you, most of us that plays with MS Word, you must have seen some of these lettering in there and know what the type, how they look, and how they are drawn. So we must have seen. Now we have different types of lettering, and there are techniques for lettering also. So in this class, every one of us must know how to write the lettering, to do the lettering. So there are normal different techniques for lettering, which we have to look at and be able to take do lettering. So there are three necessary steps in learning lettering. Please let's know. There are three necessary steps in learning lettering. Three very important steps in learning lettering. Number one of them, knowledge of the proportions and forms of the letters. Knowledge of the proportions and forms of the letters. And the order of the strokes. That's number one. The techniques for learning lettering. One is the knowledge of the proportions and forms of the letters and the order of stroke. So you have to have knowledge of this. You have to have the knowledge of this so that you know what you are about to put yourself into. And the next one we're going to look at here again is the knowledge of composition. The knowledge of composition, the spacing of the lettering and words. So you have to compose yourself, have the knowledge of composition in the spacing of the letters. These letters have various spacing. They have spacing that we need to follow to achieve a good write-up. So there are spacings we need to follow to have a good write-up. These spaces are very, very important. So they are very, very important. So when is if we are seeing my screen, I would have shown you some letters which were drawn and the spacing, how the spaces are done. And I want to tell us that please let us make researches on what I am saying now so that you know what I'm saying and be able to try your hands on lettering. As a matter of fact, everyone in this class, one of the assignments that I'm going to give to you is to write the lettering from A to Z and submit it not later than Monday, April 27. Oh, sorry, Monday, April 27. Yeah. So every one of us should be able to do that. Lettering is very, very important. Now, at this time, I cannot say we all should go get a drawing sheet, because in most of the states in Nigeria is locked down everywhere. So for that reason, it's not time for me to ask us to go for drawing sheet, but put it at the back of your mind. We all are going to get a drawing sheet, and you need to practice drawing. Even if I'm not there, whatever we do here, you should be able to practice it, and you submit the attendance assignment to me. You might want to ask, how do we submit it? I'll get the assignment, don't worry, because I know how to get my materials. I know how to get it from every student. You cannot dodge it. My assignments are very, very important. Now, when we are talking about lettering, we have single stroke lettering. Now, the salient lectures of the type of letterings are: greatest amount of lettering on drawing is done in a rapid single stroke letters, that is either vertical or inclined. So that is the single stroke, either vertical or inclined. Now, it is the ability for the letter and perfect, it can be acquired only by of continued and careful practice. This is only acquired by continued and careful practice. In engineering drawing, we don't stop. We continue. It's a practice. We continue. You keep getting. There are new inventions, and I want to, as a matter of fact, in this class, I want to advise everyone: go and learn how to use your AutoCAD. Learn how to use your AutoCAD. Most of our assignments I might be also be giving us as AutoCAD. AutoCAD is an engineering graphic design software, so we should be able to know the basics of AutoCAD. And when we have time in the course of our lectures, we will be presenting AutoCAD drawing, and every one of us will go through it and see how it is being done. By the time these technical issues we are having presently on this course, that you are unable to see my screen is over, now we'll begin to do the real life practicals which engineering drawing takes. Then we have order of strokes. This is necessary to have legible and accurate letter styles. In the following description, an alphabet of slightly extended virtual capitals. So these are the other type of lettering or of stroke which we have in engineering drawing. So I want to tell everyone that we should practice it. We should practice engineering drawing. It is very, very important we do that. Now we have the lettering. We have lettering in maps, which are the vertical capital name of states, countries, town, capitals, titles of the map, etc. So these are, when we talk about the letterings in map, we're talking about the vertical capital